conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media, N.S.A. I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out. Stop it, I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second nature to me just for me to sound honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out.
Hello. Welcome, everybody, to the 509 Divine Pines podcast. I am your host, Joseph Daniel Pena, and it is March 12th, 2024. And what we got in store for you today is a grade A conversation about to shake your brain waves and help you understand what's happening across reality. You know, all across America, we are wondering, thinking, seeing with our own two eyes an implosion, a destruction, but not just that. Our lives are being recreated. Many of us are taking new risks, new changes. We're seeing this out, and we're looking at our own life and being like, well, what is happening in America is not for our life. We want something more. We want truth. We want freedom. And today we got that in store for you. We have Stephen D. Kelley. But first, guys, like, subscribe, share. Tell everybody around that this is going down. Remember, we could not do this without you. This is a crowd-funded podcast, and you guys are definitely my biggest lovers, my biggest supporters, and my biggest motivators. Without you, I would not be doing this. I mean, like, for real. Over the last 3 years, it's been with the community, with friends and family, with people randomly reaching out online saying, I love your work. When are you going to drop a new episode? It's keeping me going, because sometimes, the darkness is just there. And sometimes we just want to go somewhere else. But no, I'm right here. I'm with you guys, and hope you guys are with me. Remember, guys, you guys can check out all my sponsors down below. Check out donation links. So if you guys would like, help me out, get eye surgery. I need $12,000 for eye surgery because my credit sucks right now, and I'm trying to build that up. That's taking years, and I need my eyes fixed now. So yeah, let's figure it out. How about that, huh? But if you guys would like, there are some other alternatives that you guys can go ahead and find out for now, which would be Carbon 60. If you guys would like, go check out Shop C60 for the Nobel Prize winning Carbon 60 ultimate antioxidant. It comes in gummies. They have face serums. They have coconut oil with MCT, avocado oil, and C60 for your pets. This is by far one of the best antioxidants in the game that I have been taking. It regenerates me, literally regenerates me, energizes me. So yeah, regenerates me, whatever. I put both those words together because that's how it makes me feel. It literally makes me feel so ecstatic, and in a good way, because I've taken things that make me feel shaky, but this does not do that. What this does is it's clean energy. I would say that out of a lot of products in the market, this is not filled with any toxins or poisons, and this is exactly what you want for your morning ritual, where you actually can wake up, feel energized, get ready for your day, and not have to worry about having no stomach pains, no stomach cramps, no you know, visits to the bathroom real quick. None of that. Right here, carbon 60. So C60 oil, which is 99% pure, sublimated in C60 inorganic healthy oils. The C60 gummies are fast acting. They have sugar free and sugar involved. So if you guys would like, go ahead and use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for a discount off your order. Now, guys, also real fast, I picked up a clothing company sponsor with Okazi Clothing for workout clothing. It is Demon Slayer inspired. So if you like working out and if you like slaying demons, go ahead, check it out. You get free wrist straps when you add 2 pairs to your order. So they have cool shirts, cool shorts, cool wrist straps, everything for the gym that you need, premium quality, and they are great with social media. So if you go ahead and show them your clothing, they will, show some love. Yeah, guys, go ahead, use coupon code 509 Divine Pines. Actually, this is my hottest thing so far. I keep on getting sales for this more than anything else. So if you guys would like, this is a hot new company, and they're thinking about the consumer because they're trying to slay demons, and we know anime lovers are really, really diehard for where we go one, like we go all. And that type of mentality, like it's a whole network of supporters, right? So guys, go ahead, check them out. But now let's get straight to it. So Stephen D. Kelley is the owner and manager of Truth Cat Radio, which he launched in July 2016. Prior to that, Stephen had an established internet radio show, The Stephen D. Kelley Show, for a number of years with both Revolution Radio and American Freedom Radio. Stephen maintains the Truth Cat Radio independent radio station and has owned multiple successful laser technology companies, previously been a civilian CIA N.S.A. contractor, and later a whistleblower due to these affiliations. Stephen has been a significant influence at in-person conventions, seminars, lectures, and frequently presented commentaries on Press TV and RT as an independent analyst, researcher, and journalist. Stephen also later published a book called Lasers, Cavers, and Magic, which he further republished to Cities Under the Plane. Welcome, Stephen. Our first episode was by far one of the hottest episodes, and I know my buddies really love it.
You
So
got a lot of hits, huh? Right on. I was going to ask you that earlier. We had this big old long conversation for, I don't know, must have been like 20 minutes, right? He's like, "Oh, I should turn on the recording." I'm like, "What? What?" We were talking about Boeing and
Mayorkas.
Yeah. Hey, I was just going to say real quick, because I got to say all this stuff. I got to respond. The antioxidants, I'm getting the glaucoma. It's going to have it in like 10 years. I'll be going blind. I've got cataracts. That's what it is. And the only thing you can really do is do the antioxidants. So, so yeah, more antioxidants. Okay. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah. That bio was written by a guy that's all about the radio. So, that's why he talks so much about the radio. Oh yeah. And one more thing. I got to go see a dentist to get teeth whitening because you make me look bad, dude. You know what I mean? That's because I drink all the tea, the antioxidants and all that stuff.
I drink a lot of tea and coffee myself, but I use Dr. Bronner's toothpaste, which I'm a huge fan of all Dr. Bronner products. Yeah, organic,
no fluoride
oils
and all that stuff. Damn.
Yeah, no fluoride. It's all natural. It's great organic. They have peppermints, all these hemp products, all sorts of different. Yeah, that's actually what got me into it. These hemp products, the hemp line from Dr. Bronner. About the C60 oil, it actually does cure a lot of things, man. If you're looking for different cures, I'm not sure if you have I don't know if you have George Wiseman's Aqua Cure, but I also have a coupon for that, and there's his Brown's gas machine, which might be a super great healer. Yeah, there's other things out there.
I gotta tell you, man, it's funny you should be talking about all this healing and stuff, because that's like a big thing for me. I mean, Reiki and all that stuff, and I'm actually going to start doing events. I mean, I don't really do that, but I'm actually booking an event tomorrow in Sedona, and this is like a really big deal because it's a lot of money and all that crap. But I have faith that I can, do this. I'm calling it couples Reiki, but I'm not used to the whole money thing, and I realize there's so many people out there trying to make money selling every concept of take this, take that. Listen to me, listen to me, blah, blah, blah. Everyone wants to be a master. It's like, oh, wow. Because I don't normally charge for this. I don't charge for healing, but I do for teaching. And I thought, it'd be worth it. But that's my big commercial. That's what I'm trying to sell. I mean, other than that, saving. I figure if I do this, get up on stage and have this stuff, recorded, whatever, all that. I mean, not the Reiki, obviously, that's private, but more people hear about this stuff because, it's like right now, it's very difficult to penetrate, especially for me. YouTube, the more mainstream platforms, places where random people that aren't in our little clique are going to see this stuff. Because that's what, we got to reach the normies out there, so to speak,
Yeah, I definitely seen in your Telegram that you were interested in Reiki and that you were a practitioner of that. And that's pretty fascinating. I think that these are our natural abilities, our divine abilities that God had given us. These natural empathic healing abilities, and that we could tap into with ancient ways that we can read about, and they're very true. A lot of the ancient cultures are very right about these things, about the
Yeah,
key and about the body.
I teach the scientific aspects of it all. Okay, this is the thing. It's like I gotta tell you, I'm one of these things I'm going to do at the show. I'm going to be talking about quantum computers, and when you start to understand what's going on in the quantum and all that, it's infinite. Infinite dimensions, infinite densities, all this stuff, especially the dimensions part. And the thing is that once you see that this stuff is, I mean, it's been around for a while. These guys have been coming up with these theorems. I mean, since Max Planck or whatever, they've known about this whole thing for quite a while. So none of this is really, it's just physics. Okay. You could call it chi, or you could call it black energy, dark energy, quantum energy, whatever the hell, unstable, this or that. I mean, seriously.
No, I do think that science and spirituality or religion, they have this connection that you cannot separate, and they will both prove each other right. If you actually take it true, they can both work in togetherness. And I mean, well, if you break down the mathematics and you break down the structure of everything in life, yeah, it does, there is a science to it.
Well, Tesla, okay, Tesla said it. He says science can only go so far until it starts to embrace metaphysics. So that's pretty much, in other words, it's like, for instance, when the scientists are trying to explain the quantum or some of these terms that they use to describe this stuff, these things, it's very difficult to really say because they're dealing in the infinite, and they come up with these formulas and what have you to try to make it all add up mathematically, but they leave out the whole God, they leave out the densities, they leave out the spirituality, but ultimately it's getting into creation, this whole business with going up to another level and then doing something that's going to create something that's out of nothing, so to speak. That's really what it's all about.
By the end of their lives, they usually ask the question, there must be a God. You see all the physicists and you see all these people working for the mainstream science organizations.
I don't know. It depends if they took the vaccine or not, right? Then they go,
Yeah.
clot.
Yeah, I guess that's been going around for like 100 or 200 years now, these different shots. And with Louis Pasteur, early 1900s, but even before that, there was this huge medical indoctrination.
They were killing off scientists left and right back, I don't know what it was, maybe like 20 years ago, when they were coming up with all this AIDS stuff and all this, the people were really coming up with the groundwork that would come in to turn into all this COVID stuff. Those people, they killed them all off. Seriously. You could go back.
So you think Well, that kind of makes sense. You think that AIDS and COVID have this tie where I mean I understand it like in the 80s there was this weird this thing where a lot of scientists started getting killed off. I think you're mentioning 80s, 90s, even so like they got the Star Wars project, but also the medical side there's I know
Yeah.
Fauci had some craziness in the 80s.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that anybody tried to kill off Fauci, but it's like they took out all the experts before they could pull off this stunt. I mean, something like that. Um, there's stuff that they just don't talk about. I'm just going to throw out the word bacteriophage really quick because that's like you see all these pictures and it looks like a little nanobot looking thing, and that's actually an organism called a bacteriophage, and they actually travel around the world. People like Bill Gates and whoever, and they look at every little pile of muck or whatever in caves or who knows where all over the world for these little bacteriophage things, and in each one in these groups, these things, they have different mRNA inside of them because that's their whole thing is injecting this stuff into a cell. And they've been using this technology since before World War One. They were using it in India. They didn't know what it was. They just knew that if they took drank this certain water that had these things in it that would cure their malaria or something of this nature, And anyway, they actually perfected it so it wasn't Soviet Russian times, was in Georgia, when Georgia was a satellite of the Soviet Union. These guys had perfected this as a therapy, and they used it for everything. And this was before they came up with a lot of the modern medicines that they're using today. Obviously, like penicillin and stuff like that, they were using this stuff. And this is interesting because the United States has been trying to basically annex the the Republic of Georgia over there and turn them into an American satellite. And it just seems like a little coincidental that this is the place that happened to pioneer that entire bacteriophage therapy, which is essentially what we call our COVID shots. It's not a vaccine; it's bacteriophage therapy.
This kind of sounds, I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it sounds like how in World War One, World War Two, Germany and the theo uh theo theo theolos the theological societies, they would be searching for the Vril. They said this almighty power that was able to change, heal, warp things. I mean, it was a black goo type of
The
things, right?
Grail,
This
dude, right? The
Vril
Grail.
power, Vril power. This I don't know what it was. I mean, I know the Vril was this a race, but it was also like they had another word for the actual energy that they created, which is this black goo, this substance that could take over people.
I
And
think you're confusing the Grail with the Vril a little bit,
well,
which is actually kind of cool because the Vril is pretty interesting. But
okay, so I know I might be saying it wrong, but Helena Blavatsky and some of these other thinkers over there in Germany and those places that made moves, they were looking.
Ananebre, that's what it's called. The Ananebre. They had
Yeah,
they had a little symbol look kind of like this, But
they
yeah, those were the guys that went after the Indiana Jones stuff.
yeah, they were looking for what we look at right now as the black goo that when people are looking at the black goo all over TikTok and stuff, and that's very weird. It's kind of like what you just said. It's this phage. It's this organism that's self-controlling, self-replicating, can do things now. They've upgraded it, enhanced it.
I'm not talking about black goo, man. Black goo is a artificial intelligence used for collecting damn loosh. That's what they use that for. It's for collecting loosh. I know
You think
there's a
black
lot
goo
of
is for
people.
loose?
Yeah, it's for collecting loosh because it's artificial intelligence. It doesn't have a soul. Because it doesn't have a soul, it can interact between these different densities. So it can transport the loosh from the 3D into the 4D. That's what they use it for. So I don't know if all this black goo they're finding, it might even be the effect of the Jedi wiping that stuff out, and what you're seeing is it dying. You see people are poking it with sticks, and it's like, oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Right, yeah, but then they're also like putting frequencies on it and controlling and putting shapes to, you know,
Well,
making
it's probably
making it
still
going.
dying. You know, I mean, you wouldn't even be seeing it if it wasn't dying, probably.
So back to this mRNA. Why was Elon Musk the one who was forced to create all of this in 2016?
Elon.
Yeah, so
Elon.
Elon's
You mean
one of
Bill
Elon's
Gates?
Tesla factories. So no, one of oh, my bad.
Bill Gates.
One of Elon's Tesla factories was the main proponent for the mRNA site. It was creating a lot of why is he part of this?
I
Is
never
this like
heard that before. To be
I'll
honest
go
with
ahead
you.
and pull it up. Yeah, so
Well, all right.
I have a
I mean,
feeling
let's
that
put it this way.
Elon is a huge proponent of this.
I don't really, Elon's got a lot of jobs, a lot of functions. He's very closely connected to the N.S.A. because of Starlink and because of his SpaceX. I mean that's for sure. And obviously, he's got some
Big
weird
time.
wife and a weird mother and everything else. But when you're talking about this stuff, you're talking about Wuhan labs and Ukraine and all that.
Okay,
I,
so the point is Tesla chief Elon Musk teams up with COVID-19 player CureVac to create mRNA microfactories.
Microfactories. It sounds to
So
me like he's trying to. Well, all right. Here's the thing. Like I talked about the bio or bacteriophages. The thing is once they take these samples from wherever they find them, they can reproduce them. Okay, so that's probably what you're talking about there. You're talking about somebody saying, really, you need a facility to reproduce these things in the millions? Because there's millions and millions of variations of these things.
right.
So probably it would take somebody like that to make a facility that could care for these things all in one place and have enough power to keep everything alive, so to speak.
Yes, his job was to create portable molecular RNA printers, and he was referred to as creating RNA
Okay, well, that's called
microfactories.
CRISPR. That's CRISPR technology. Okay. Don't make me here. All right, never mind. I will. What? CRISPR.
So now you're making a lot of sense. Over the last 100 years,
right.
they're
Here's
using a lot of
CRISPR.
this.
Let me see. Hang
Yeah,
on.
well, they're CRISPRing these diseases,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah. CRISPR sequencing. Okay. Clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats. Okay, that's what it is. It's a sequence of DNA clusters. It's like, Gattaca. That's basically what it is. Oh, right.
So they've been bioengineering these diseases, and now, as everyone's been saying more and more, is that they're CRISPRing these diseases and literally genetically tailoring them to our societies.
Well, it's not really society. Basically, what it means is that they are finding sequences in people's DNA that they want to cut into and replace with a piece of a foreign piece, which of course is the mRNA, which only a DNA is basically both sides of the thing. mRNA is just a little simple little thing. It doesn't have to be a complete length of whatever, but they typically what they do is they actually attach to the male side of the DNA, if you will, the spiral. So it's pretty evil because, obviously they're going after people. They're trying to make people sterile. They're trying to make everything else. But, it's through this spike protein shedding that this stuff reproduces throughout your body. And obviously, if you take THC, CBD, or lysine, you can stop that from happening. And so if you've been injected or somebody that you're sharing fluids with has been injected, you want to be taking these things, especially the lysine. Very important.
And especially with what's going on, we see that they did, the New World Order and the World Economic Forum and all their Agenda 2030 shit. They've predicted another disease, as we know. Bill Gates and his TED Talks and Fauci and all them, they're talking about another disease. What do you think that is?
Disease X, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they've already introduced it into the public. They spray it from the air, and if you're not taking this stuff, that's going to stop it. In other words, you've already got it in your body and your mucous membranes and in there festering, and the object is to try not to let it fester to the point to where it's going to get into your gut. And once it gets into your gut, that's when it really does because it's all designed to affect the gut bacteria. So you breathe it in, your mucous membranes take it into your lungs and your gut, you get pneumonia, the gut spreads it all over the place. That's how this stuff works.
Yes. Got to sneeze. Sorry.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm a huge proponent of telling people like we need to protect our body through what we eat and how well we regulate our diet and exercise. Considering that once we start burning and sweating out these things, it's gonna have a harder time sticking in you. I know that sometimes if you have like multiple boosters and stuff, it's just gonna you're gonna have a lingering effect. But like for the most part, you can help yourself and heal yourself through simple, clean eating and working out, thinking proper. There's a huge thing on positive thinking and the effects on everyday life, and I like to say that that's true. That's just the quick little thing, everybody. That's the simplest way. But yes, you can take CBD and THC. But hey, man, we had some topics that we were talking about before we came on air, which was Boeing. So, man, it was you that stated about Boeing, and you were trying to go ahead and tell me what was going on. Like the last time that we talked, you said that there was some stuff. They had UFO technology that they were, hiding, and so let's go ahead and hear what's happening with this John Barnett. I'm gonna pull up a link here in a minute, and then we're gonna listen to
link. All right, he was a quality control manager. Okay, and I was a quality control manager at one place also. And it's really important that people understand that whenever you have a company like Boeing, which deals with military and stuff like civilian aviation, they have to follow very, very strict rules. And this basically means that they have to have a Bible that they follow. And they call that the QC Bible. And typically this is going to incorporate all the mil specs and all the various different specifications and what do they call it? Well, traceability. Everything has to be traceable. So basically what happened, you distracted me with this stuff. Basically what happened was you have to have a very strong separation from management, manufacturing, and quality control, because manufacturing wants to finish that part and send it off. Management wants to sell it. Quality control could shut all that down and say, no, you didn't make it good enough, send it back. Management comes along and says, what the hell, we need that money. Sorry, it wasn't good enough. My say rules. I have the rubber stamp. That's just the way it is. That's a separation of powers. Obviously, unscrupulous management or labor that was basically cutting corners and not following the rules, telling management that they did it right. You can't have that. That's what we have quality control for. So what he did was he bitched and said that they weren't doing it right, because he had gotten orders from above to let inadequate material pass, use material that didn't have traceability. You couldn't go back and figure out where it came from and follow up on how it was manufactured, et cetera, et cetera. People do things wrong. Steps weren't checked properly. Obviously, that's why these things happen. And this is kind of the same as like we were talking about some of the issues with crime nowadays, which is a euphemism. But sort of like, when they go with this whole diversity is our strength, and the next thing you know, they've got very diverse flight crews where their ethnicity is more important than their actual experience at flying a plane. And this also applies to testing and qualifying of pilots. When you slack on the quality that goes into making the plane, literally by not following quality control protocols, You do the same thing when you're testing the pilots, which obviously you would think a pilot has to be one of the most highly tested positions you could have. You can't cut corners like that in the name of diversity. And unfortunately, it's had fatal results. And this guy was blowing the whistle. And of course, everybody knows that this is true because they've seen the doors flying off the planes. They've seen the bonehead things that some of these pilots are doing. It's kind of like the U.S. military right now. I mean, half the soldiers are in what is it? The medical because they hurt their back, or or they're women, or transgender, and they've got special dispensation. Anyway, yeah. So that's why they killed the guy, because where he worked, of course, they were making, I don't know what kind of jet it was, but he basically said that they were falsifying quality control documentation. And then, of course, these big incidents happened the same time he's basically providing himself as a witness. So, yeah, they killed his butt. What more can I say? A lot of money at stake, probably.
Yeah, I mean, so Boeing is worldwide, right? Do they make for all nations, or is it
No. Boeing is purely American, although they do make let's put it this way. The sales of Boeing aircraft to other countries accounts for a large portion of our gross national product. Okay, so it's big enough to where it shows up on the math of the money that the country sells to other countries. It's pretty significant. And of course, you look at Ukraine and all the crap going on right there right now. They really don't care. They want to make as much money as they can as quick as possible and sell as much product as quick as possible. And anything that provides bad optics is not good for sales. And this guy here, and the windows or doors falling off of planes and that kind of thing, that's bad optics. It's just like all the American hardware that's getting blown up in Ukraine right now. It doesn't look good for the military industrial complex when their super expensive hardware is just taken out by cheap little drones and so-called shovel warfare, whatever they call it.
Yeah. So I watched another podcast, OBDM podcast, and there's a Discord, right? And in there we've kind of been discussing how Boeing might be under sabotage, where big organizations might be trying to make it look bad because they don't want to play ball, or it's just maybe something along the lines of
they're just doing it the American way, man. That's all that is. We're so, and back in the day, they used to call it fat, dumb, and happy. That kind of explains the situation. Seriously, an American worker, you have to understand, here's another thing. America does not graduate engineers hardly ever anymore. There's hardly any more engineers coming out of the students that go into college anymore. And you can't do any of this stuff without engineers. Building airplanes takes a lot of engineers. If there's no engineers and the engineers you get are crap, this is what happens. Math is not sexy. Math, you can't rap about math, that kind of thing. I mean, seriously, I'm looking at this quantum computer stuff, this quantum physics in general. It's just nothing but hardcore math. It's crazy. But that's everything. Equals MC squared. That's everything. Algebra.
To go on with this Boeing stuff. Over the last couple of years, we've seen a ridiculous amount of Blackhawks, and as you said, military. There's something in the military. Our helicopters are going down over and over. Seemingly like even the best teams are going down.
That's no mystery. The personnel that are flying the stuff suck, and it's overpriced and prone to failure. And on top of that, especially if you're talking in a warfare situation, we've become super, super complacent because we thought we're invincible. And our enemies, like even Russia, that we say they can't even make microchips, and yet their electronic warfare blows ours away. I mean, seriously, if we shoot a missile at them, be it whatever, Storm Shadow, tornado, whatever, Taurus missile, HIMARS, after a few shots, they figured out what the frequencies are, and they fall to the ground. It's we don't have. There's so many different weapon systems that they're fielding right now that we do not have an analog to. It's just the way it is. What do we got? We got an Air Force. What happens when they start shooting? They've got the best anti-air defenses in the world. What do we got? We got a nuclear deterrent. Our nuclear deterrent is like 40 years old. They've got at least 3 brand new nuclear systems that we can't touch. Hell, when it comes to something as mundane as a 155 millimeter shell, we're lucky if the United States and Europe could produce 150,000 a month. These guys are producing 1 million. I mean, it's well, let's see. No, it's more like 3 million a year, probably more like 5 million. We're producing maybe 2 million a year. That's the entire West. Or no, not even 2 million. It's way less than that. Tiny amount, like 200,000 or something like that. They outproduce us in shells 5-1 at least. And you know what? We can't do anything about that because you know why? We don't have any engineers. You can't set up factories without engineers. You can't set up assembly lines without engineers. You can't test this stuff without it. You can't have quality control. It takes engineers to do that. People that not just know how to use computers, but know how to test stuff and use instruments and all this, all this crazy stuff. Obviously you've got mechanical engineers, you've got chemical engineers, you've got, whatever.
They're not getting paid enough.
Well, it's not a matter of they getting paid enough. I mean, you could do it on and on. It's people don't care. We import these people. We import them from China. We import them from wherever.
And I was going to say most of America's best gets.
Dude, Americans are stupid, man. Come on, seriously. When they watch TV, they give a. Look, dude. I took advanced calculus in college, and by the time I reached second semester college, I was the only white guy in my class. And I saw these guys as you reach like upper level algebra, pre-calculus, suddenly they start going off. This one's going to be going to the statistics. This one's going off into real estate. This one's going off to business management. Woo, nobody wants to do the hard stuff. Engineering and all that, that's the hard stuff. They're like, oh, I'm going to bail on this stupid sales job. I got just enough to know I could qualify to go in this direction with my major. And they bail. And when I was by second year calculus, there was nothing but Chinese, Iranian, Indian, Arabs, what have you. Mostly Asian, obviously. But I was the only white guy in class, and I thought that was this was, 20-something years ago. I'm sure today.
The attention to education is definitely better in other countries.
It's the parenting, man. The parenting. It's the parenting, man.
So right here. So this article about John Barnett, it says Boeing is being accused of deliberately fitting substandard parts on their aircraft. Do you think that's the same thing that's happening with the military and the Blackhawks?
Well, that's what I said, man. That's what I said. Substandard means they haven't made it through the QC process.
So pretty much all of our nation, a lot of our big time factories and big time creators and smart workers, they all moved countries. They're all out of America now because they
dude, we don't even have a military anymore. I'm serious. We're so screwed. We're so screwed.
Yeah, with how much money and weapons have been sent over to Ukraine in the last few years, I'm surprised.
Everybody did it. Like Norway sent over every single one of their howitzers. Hey, turn that stuff off, man. I want to see this guy. Get him out of here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're good.
We don't need his butt up there. Jeez.
Yeah.
Fuck Boeing. Boeing. All those companies. I mean, all right, I'll tell you. I worked on M1 tanks. What?
Oh, you're good. No, continue on. Sorry.
No. I mean, I'm just saying. I worked on different.
You're good. Sorry. Continue on.
You want to talk about military? You asked me why this military stuff is falling apart. For one thing, it's old. Okay, M1 tank. They were making those things in the 80s. Okay, what is it? 2024. That's almost 55 years, man. What do you expect?
That's a long
What do
time.
you? Yeah, I mean, come on, seriously. I worked on M1 tanks back during the Reagan years, and my company, in my department, we made these big mirrors, and every single, a little tank opens up. It's got this little thing on the top, and the laser comes out. That was our stuff, and that was the laser sighting, and we made thousands of those things. Well, that was a long time ago, man. I mean, there's so much stuff that they should have now. Like, for instance, I don't know why they don't do it, but they should have. I mean, I worked with lasers. I worked with the Russians on this project after Afghanistan, and we were trying to use it for Stinger, or not Stinger, but whatever, defense for airplanes against things like whatever they fire those missiles. Anyway, point is like they should have like shotguns. A little drone flies by. There should be like a boom, like a shotgun shooting a damn pigeon. I mean, it's like, how is it that these expensive systems are being taken out by these cheap little drones? It's like, come on, you guys can't come up with some sort of system that can detect those things and shoot them down? How? Yeah, seriously. So,
Mm.
anyway.
Man, I'm sneezing for some reason. I don't know why. All right. So, I'm thinking that this is all one big plan, that these organizations like Freemasons and these bigger agencies are all at hand with this. For a quick reference, I just want to go ahead. Sometimes I like dropping current day news. So one of the things that's been happening, you might understand a little bit of Haiti, and when Clinton Foundation got over there, it just turned it into a hellhole. Right now, Haiti has been taken over, and right now the leader of Haiti is this man named Barbecue, this gang leader. But you see his chest; he has a Freemason necklace on. I don't think that's just a coincidence. That's really strange. What do you got to say about like what Haiti is? What's going on in Haiti and all this.
He's a Satanist. He's a Satanist. That's what they all are.
Probably 100%. Probably.
That's what that is. Yeah. Yeah, that guy is.
You think? Yeah. Heck yeah. Man. Right here.
Okay.
Here, this too.
Look at you.
Right here. This genderless dragon. It is. So Haiti though. We're talking about Haiti, man. It's kind of what's happening with the Getty, right? They use it for a huge sex trafficking operation. They funneled. I'm not sure about any tunnel networks over in Haiti though. But it's kind of just
they don't need them.
They're covering it up.
They don't need
them.
They just put them on a boat. Yeah, well, life is cheap, and where places where the life is cheapest is where you get the best price for your babies and stuff. I mean, that's why the Philippines life is cheap. There's a lot of countries like that, where life is cheap. So Haiti, of course, is one place where life is really cheap, and that's why they flock to places like that. But that just makes special babies like you get a little American baby. It's like, oh, Dom Perignon, oh, Cristal, What do you got your bother? What are you looking at, man?
Yeah. No, I'm staring at the screen. So I have a TV right in front of me that's like my computer screen. So I'm just staring straight at the TV.
That's your monitor. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, big time. I'm so blind, dude. You have no idea, man. I prefer.
That's why you're wearing these crazy ass glasses, man. I had to get new glasses, man. I'm wearing these stupid readers. It's like the ones that look like yours, only you got tape on yours. I swear. It's like, anyway. Yeah, I just spent like $800.
I had this crazy accident as a kid. I don't know if I've told this on my air. I'm not sure if I ever told this on air, but I had this accident as a kid. It was a basketball accident, so I was blowing up a basketball with an air compressor, and I was dumb kid. I don't know, like 8 to 10 or something. I was like, oh, it's pretty hard. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, whatever. and it's got to a point it just snapped and blew up, and all the rubber snapped and hit my face, and it scarred me. I was blind for 3 days. I was having to move by clicks, like clicking my tongue and trying to find the walls where it was pretty savage. I think that's where like a lot of my psychic abilities kind of stem from.
Yeah,
Uh,
right on.
you know,
Near-death
because I
experience.
think once we put ourselves in immense pressure, like great things come from us.
It's called
I
trauma.
hope I hope I didn't nearly die.
Well, you had trauma. You had
Yeah,
trauma.
that's
That'll
what's
do it.
that's what the nation is going through right now. I kind of think that every how do I say this? COVID was meant for a mass trauma event, uh, and it kind of worked. It really worked. People are traumatized these days, and they don't know what to say. I've just seen this video on TikTok where you seen social influencers going around with their phone asking questions like, hey, what do you think about this politic and blah blah blah. Well, he is asking two girls, and he's like, well, what do you think about there should be only two genders, right? And one of them's like, well, yeah, I really think there should be two genders. And another girl's like, no, please shut up, don't say it on camera, don't upset. And then like you've seen this fear, you fear in her. She's like, I don't want to be known for this.
Oh
And
no,
it's happened over the last 5 to 6 years.
the thought
Mass,
police are
it's a
gonna
mass
get
trauma,
you.
mass psychosis. Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
yeah.
you know,
I,
um,
there's actually more than one gender, but it's
so
different
okay,
combinations
okay,
of
man.
X and Y, XX, YY. You know, YYX, XXY. You know, weird genetic stuff like that. You ever heard of that? I mean, it's so subtle. You can have XY that's got an extra
Eh,
Y or an extra X in there. You wouldn't know the difference. You never heard of that, huh?
What do you mean?
The
No.
XY chromosomes. It's all about the X and Y, but there are actually subtle variations to the XXXY thing because you can have an extra Y or an extra X or something like that. It makes for a funky combination. It's just one of those things. I mean, they're very, very rare, but they do exist. You ever heard of that?
Is that where the Lady Gagas come from, where they're born with both gender parts, or like you mean more of an emotional
Well,
thing?
yeah, that's a possibility. Sure, why not? You know, I mean, there's all kinds of weird stuff like that. Like,
An
I mean, what
Aphrodite,
is
they
it?
call it.
There's a YY. YYs are like super, super masculine men, but the only place you see them would be like in jail or something. That's what I heard. All right, dude. What else?
Hey,
Okay.
so I was reading your book about lasers and cavers, right? You, you said you had worked for places like the Perkin Elmer corporations and have seen things from like Mitsubishi and Sony. Um, could you speak on how some of these organizations that we see, like Samsung or Mitsubishi and Sony and stuff, like they might be actually building technology that's we're not really being told about, like hovercrafts or the space,
Dude.
I don't know, the rovers for the moon
Dude.
or different things.
See how you are? Look at man. Okay, first of all, the Mitsubishi, Sony, Toshiba, NEC, Philips, etc. That didn't come about until long after I was out of there and I was dealing with the N.S.A. guys. Okay, that was back then. But when I was at Perkinomer, yeah, we did all kinds of secret stuff. We did all the space. I mean, the satellites. The spy satellites. We did the guidance system for the nukes. The Starlight navigation. We did all the DARPA programs for advanced semiconductor technology or whatever. And on top of that, PerkinElmer was the guys. They didn't just practically invent the semiconductor. They disseminated alien technology to do it. And one of the things they also created was the first brain implant. But an even worse company, EG&G, which is the guys famous for high-speed photography, but they're also the biggest contractor over there at Area 51. They bought PerkinElmer, and they're a much bigger corporation, but they call themselves PerkinElmer now. So that was how the big monster companies hiding behind this other label. So, screw the Japanese. It's all about what we do. I mean, everybody, here's the thing. Back before Desert Storm and all that crap, America thought, oh, yeah, Japanese are strong. America's weak. Japanese technology. You see these movies like Blade Runner where everybody's running around eating, noodles and dressing Japanese. I mean, come on, that was what people thought. But then the reality hit during Desert Storm when everybody got to see all those smart weapons and the laser-guided stuff, the stuff I was working on. And we, flew missiles inside of windows and crap like that. Nobody's seen that stuff before. And then suddenly they realize, oh, wow, don't mess with the United States. I guess they're really not that stupid after all. But hey, but now that was a long time ago. I was just thinking about it when I worked at PerkinElmer. When I bailed on them, they screwed with me and I bailed on them. And that's when I got hooked up to the CIA, like right afterwards. But after I bailed on PerkinElmer, my entire department got shut down, and they sold off the machinery to all kinds of different companies because they couldn't do it like I was doing. I was, pushing the boundary of stuff. I was a prima donna. I ran that place really good. No one else could do it. So I remember they sold a bunch of the machines to Japan. They sold some other machines to like China. I mean, this is stuff that we were using to to make the really high strategic value parts for our semiconductor production. And they just, as soon as I was gone, they couldn't do it. So, hey, my back in the old days, I was all about making America strong and strategic and all that stuff. And what did it get me? Pat on the back, whoop-de, everyone else got the big raises and all that crap. But I got screwed, crapped on by the people who are jealous, et cetera, et cetera. What can I say? So, yeah, so I do my own thing. But even then... Yeah, what?
Oh, if you continue on, sorry, there's like a 1 second lag. Sorry, you're good. If you want to continue.
Damn SteamYard, jeez.
With all of that right there, with all of it, you just said Perkin and Elmer they stem from alien technology and it led to brain implants. That kind of sounds like to me how like with what was happening with the Roswell, where they found this neural interface of this like AI and it like attaching
Where do you hear
itself
this stuff?
to or like that's just some of the things I've heard. But okay, so some of the UFO downcraft, they have technology that it attaches it like through AI to your brain. Like it almost seems like it's connected.
That's not true.
Right. No.
Right.
So what is it?
That's this whole Akashic Records business. All right, look, this whole Akashic Records business and hooking up your brain and all that. That's these quantum computers. That's all that is. It's quantum computers. The ship, the technology they're using, it's quantum technology. It's all quantum technology. The whole thing is quantum. So hooking up to your brain and all that is no big deal because that's the quantum. It's not this AI business. People really get off of that stuff. I mean, seriously.
So you just said this Perkin and Elmer though, it stemmed from this alien technology.
No. Perkin Elmer was started around World War II because America didn't have any kind of electro-optics. It wasn't even electro-optics back in those days. They called it fine optics. If you wanted to get a good telescope or something like that, you had to go to Germany or even Britain. That's where the old school craftsmen were located. So America, it was actually started by this guy named Halley Mogi, but then his company was bought out by this PerkinElmer company, and they were basically the guys that made all the bomb sites and everything for optic stuff in World War II. And obviously in the 80s and all that, they basically pioneered all the semiconductor technology and, laser mirrors and space telescopes. They built all the big observatories around the country and all that stuff. My little company, what I did, I made flats. We made prisms, mirrors, windows, special reference things for semiconductor technology, base materials. I mean, the whole key to all this stuff is flat. If we could make something 30 foot, 50 foot long and have it flat to better than a 20th of a wavelength, we could probably make beam ships, super large semiconductors, but we can't, just like we can't do Project Bluebeam and all that because we don't have proper vibration-free structures that we could use to create the holograms. So big, massive holograms don't exist, but, so yeah. But yeah, that they made all that technology. And since then, the Japanese have caught up to a certain degree. The Chinese are trying to catch up. The Russians obviously have made great strides in their electro-optics. That's why they've got all these advanced sighting systems and stuff on their jets and what have you. But it's just technology, and you can leapfrog technology, and you can go in different directions. You can steal it like the Chinese do. But I think that obviously the United States still has a lot of really advanced secret weapons, but it doesn't matter because if the people that are pushing the buttons and supposed to be protecting us are actually the enemy, then what are you going to do? That's kind of where we're at right now. And that's why we have this fifth column in our country that's in every country trying to destroy us from within. It's just like the Russian-Ukraine thing. That's not just about killing Russians. That's about killing Ukrainians. They want to basically kill off all the Slavic people. That thing's designed to. That's why they don't care about how many Ukrainians they kill, because they really want those guys dead. The enemy wants the Slavs dead. So what better way than to have Slavs fight? Yeah, the land used to be called Khazaria, and if you go on Twitter now and say Khazarian Mafia, they're going to censor you. They want to act like Khazaria never existed, and there's no such thing as Khazarian Mafia because that's called hate speech. But it's true. It's just the way it is. Yeah, so that's what this is all about. Gaza, Ukraine, that's Khazarian Mafia. Epstein, all that stuff. The elections.
That is what a lot of people have been saying.
There's a reason for it. It's
yeah,
real.
So I've been hearing a lot for sure. Well, these things are typically thrown under the rug, when they're brought up, and these topics. This is the stuff that we should explore. When do you think that the first time these lasers were being used for weaponry in war?
When? Gun sights, dude. Gun sights. Not just energy beams, not talking about DEWs, but gun sights. Vietnam, they've been doing this stuff for a long time. I mean, night vision, lasers,
and that's
technology.
Like the Starlight telescopes, they also had laser weapons shooting at them, I'm guessing.
No, that was. You're talking about the old stuff, like the really old stuff. If you're talking about the Star Wars stuff, that's a whole other thing, But now you're talking DEW weapons, which are either chemical lasers or solid state lasers or X-ray lasers or
in Vietnam.
That was infrared,
as you're saying.
Yeah, those things just use big lights that had filters.
Starlight telescope. Yeah. Okay,
dude, we should wrap this up.
Let's go forward.
Let's wrap this up and do it again.
Let's go forward.
You just went over an hour, man. Let me see. 58
it's about an hour. But you also were saying about Perkin and Elmer building brain implants. What do they do? Because right now we see that BlackRock has this big program. I forgot what it is. Neurorock or something. And then Elon Musk has this Neuralink. So these things have been going on for quite some time. So this whole brain implant business has been going on for a long time?
Probably.
Right?
Yeah. They got a patent. Perkin Elmer has a patent on it. So, and I'm sure they get ever more sophisticated.
Well, when did this all start? Like in 80s, 70s, or
Ooh, probably before that. As soon as they were able to make microcircuits, microchips, IC circuits, they were able to make brain implants. Same time,
so I was like 50, 54, 52,
70s,
40, 47,
70s, probably
70s.
no, more like 70s, yeah, probably.
And that's kind of when I first seen the movie Westworld, where it kind of talked about all that.
Westworld was robots, dude, not brain implants.
Well,
I think you're
yeah,
talking about
yeah, but
something else.
they were no, but no, but they were building robots
But they
through dead
weren't bio.
humans.
Oh, are you sure about that? Nah, really? I don't think so. I think they're all synthetic in that movie. Yul Brenner and all
And
that. Maybe the new one they try to pull something like that, but not the original. I don't. I never heard of that. Nah, but come on, man. Okay, seriously, man. It's been about an hour.
well, well,
Look at you.
Westworld was based on. I mean,
Huh?
Westworld has this huge, real correlation with what's going on these
Look
days
at you.
with a lot of stuff that we're talking about. This sex
People living in
trafficking,
fantasy.
with Zorro Ranch, Epstein Zorro Ranch, these with these
You
tunnel
think
networks, and this all being used for prostitution, right?
that was a
Dude,
that was
yeah,
a
no, from
cum
what I hear
suppository? Okay, that
about
was like
the
you
elites
know.
and stuff, they love all this.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. All right, come on,
Say
man. Let
again?
me just do a commercial and then you know, I know we waited all day or all week to do this. I know, but it's been an hour. I gotta get something to drink. My tea's not doing it for
Yeah,
me.
hey man,
Whoa.
you're fine. The connection's getting pretty choppy, brother. Yeah,
Is that
the
why?
connection's getting pretty choppy on us. It's kind of lagging out. So let's go ahead. No,
Oh
let's go
no.
ahead and run this again another time. For it's been a good hour for sure.
All
Uh,
right.
let them know what you got going on. Or what if
All right. All my
I did have
stuff.
one
Okay.
question though. If
What?
you could uh if you could for like a quick, I don't know, 60 minutes, 60 seconds, or however long you want, tell them about like what your episodes can contain, and like the type of guests that you've had on over the years, and uh just to give them a little bit of an understanding on like what type of people, what type of conversations that you have on.
You mean like back in the day on Revolutionary Radio when I had a million listeners, that kind of thing? All right. Well, one time I had a couple of guys from Damascus that came on, and we basically shut down Obama's bombing campaign. We got so much popularity from these guys visiting my show that Obama decided not to bomb Damascus. That was one of my biggest shows ever. That was what really put me on the map. And from that time on, I was on Press
That's pretty
TV and
good.
Russia Today and all that. I had a reputation after. I became the expert on ISIS basically back in the day until Trump took over, and then they kicked me off TV. All right, come on, man. Commercial time. Listen, I don't know if any of your listeners have any money. I mean, I know that's really hard right now. Everybody's struggling, but I'm doing an event. I told you I was trying to do these events, and we're going to do one in April, 14 through 16, and it costs money to go there, but it's in LA. But if you really want to get the good thing where it's just me only, you got to go to Sedona. You ever been to Sedona? You ever wanted to go? Dude,
Nah,
you
never
ever been
been
to
to
Sedona?
Sedona.
You're not into that whole Red Rock business? Anyway, I'm doing a gig over there. All right.
I've only been to 11 states, and so far that's kind of like the Pacific Northwest, mainly.
Oh, you skirted Arizona? What's the matter with Arizona, man? Too hot? Too much
No, I want
desert?
to go there. I'm down. I'm down. Let's do it.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Anyway, that's in June. All right, but you got to email me, which is lost17gun@aol.com if you want any information. All right. Enjoy my Telegram page, Getty/Stephen D. Kelley on Telegram, and join me on Twitter, Stephen Kelley. Was it? Yeah, Stephen Kelley 24. Just find me on Twitter. All right, you'll see all my ads and stuff. Okay, dude. Next time, all right.
Where can they see you next? Where can they? Yeah, where can they
Next,
see you or hear you next? Like live on any other show or
Truth Cat
your own
Radio
show
every
or
Thursday. Tomorrow night,
anything?
man. Let me see. Tomorrow? No, Thursday, day after tomorrow on Truth Cat Radio, www.truthcatradio.com. You know, where's my hat? Oh, here we go.
All right. Hey guys, you
See.
guys heard that? It's been an amazing conversation
Hey,
with
that's
Stevie
not
DK.
right.
Hey, look at that! I need some
I did it
swag
wrong.
like that. Yeah,
What's that? I mean,
yeah.
that's not like it's not right though. I mean, is it right? Does it read right to you? Looks like I got it backwards or something.
Uh,
That's backwards, isn't it?
no, it reads right.
It does it?
I
To
think
me,
I
it looks
think you could
backwards.
separate the yeah. I saw. No, I think you could
Oh
separate the
yeah, I
truth
got
and the
proper
radio
mirror, huh?
cat though, like a little bit, space it out a
Oh,
little
I
bit.
know.
Yes,
Ah,
space it out just a little bit.
I know what I need to do. Oh yeah. Okay.
It's a little too close.
Let me just do this real quick. Let's see.
You know.
Camera, standard mirror. Okay, here we go. All right. There. See, is that proper? Or is that backwards?
No.
Can you read that?
It's good. I'm saying the letters are too tight. You got they're too close together. I think maybe space it out just a little bit on the hat.
All right.
But hey, man, you guys check out Stephen D. Kelley on Twitter. Check out his website, Truth Cat Radio, and you guys go ahead and have a wonderful night, guys. We cannot do this without each other, so let's support each other and help each other be better, wiser, stronger, smarter every day, and come closer to God and the truth. And if we do that, then everything can be peaceful, man. It can be peaceful. So, guys, let's go ahead and run this out. I got a couple things. Just a couple affiliations that I want to go ahead and let you guys in on. There are some more coupon codes that you guys can go check out. Go to Divine Light Codes with Sherry Ariano. She provides energy healing, healing tools, healing interviews. Sherry Ariano was on a mission to share her inner light with humanity and assist souls in awakening and finding peace with wisdom. So you can go ahead and find frankincense, crystals, wellness kits and gifts, chakra balancing elixirs, emotional support elixirs, sprays and resins, crystal jewelry, cases and displays, and so much more. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for 10% off your order. You can also go to Pepper Envy LLC for seeds. Yes, she has pepper seeds, the best. She grows them, propagates them, makes her own. And so right now she has also pickled habaneros on sale. Handcrafted caramels on sale. Personalized natural wooden spoons. And so much more. So many pepper seeds. Aji amarillos, aji charabitas, aji limos, aji mangoes, aji melocotin, Anaheim peppers, Aja pineapple, Aji pineapple, my bad. Apple habanero, Aribi gurosano seeds, bell pepper seeds, Bequino peach seeds, Brazilian orchid seeds, caramel 7-pot cherry bomb, chocolate fetalis, so many more. She has the ghost peppers, the reapers, anything that you can think of in the pepper formation. She has probably had, and she probably has on this with over. I'm guessing 90 seeds, probably over 80 seeds for sure on this website that she has showcased. Go ahead and check her out and use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for a discount off your order. And if you would like to go ahead and get yourself in shape, which I know that you guys would, go buy the dynamic combo from Boomer Boost. It is by far the best combo, the number one combo that I will recommend for any supplement, anytime, anywhere, any day. And this is true. Literally, if you want to go ahead and take your life to the next level, right here, Boomer Boost has 70 nutrients in one package over in this blue blend. And in this red blend, it is a gladiator barley. So What you got is superoxide dismutase with a revolutionary 70 nutrient mix. This one, it's just powerful. This combination right here will take your health to a whole new level with a one in a world class gladiator barley seed. You can enjoy clean eating, clean nutrition right here with no added fillers, no harmful chemicals, no added toxins. These guys are all natural and they have your mind, body, and spirit in mind. Literally, I would say this is the most well balanced company, just on the spiritual, physical, yes, and mental level. They they have your higher power and your spirituality in mind with this. They don't want you to take anything that's going to be like, very toxic and going to go ahead and make you like start having bad reactions. So this is all smooth, all clean. You won't really even feel a thing except amazing energy. So use coupon code Joe30 for 30% off your order. And yes, you can also use it with this combo. So it's a save 28. I'm pretty sure you can go ahead and double up on that. So it drops down from 186 probably down to like 120 for this dynamic combo. And it is great. If you're looking for other energy, w.gg for clean energy powder with a patented formula. They have a brand new dub sludge flavor. Ooh, sounds great. The patented formula is Neurobacter. It has a whole coffee fruit extract, which provides many things like caffeine, L-tyrosine, L-taurine, L-glutamine, L-citrulline, vitamin B3, B6, B12, and vitamin C. There is no maltodextrin, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes, no other BS or harmful sugars. So, guys, you guys can go ahead and trust this one. This is a great alternative to your Red Bull addiction, your Monster addiction, your caffeine addiction. And if you want to go ahead and get caffeine free, they have a caffeine free edition. So, go ahead, visit WGG and use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for a really clean energy drink. And what is this new flavor that I just seen? Dubs Sludge. What is it? Dub Sludge. Where is this right here? Yeah. Dub Sludge. No idea. Says jitterless energy drink. Oh, so Dub Sludge is them taking their ripest Granny Smith green apples and blending it with their secret sauce. Sounds interesting. So, pretty much a brand new Granny Smith apple and secret sauce flavored energy drink. That kind of sounds fire. I'm not even gonna lie. Just adding this to my workout shake. Yeah, some nice flavors. Oh yeah, great. Great, guys. All right, you guys go ahead and have a wonderful day. I will see you guys later, and hope you guys enjoyed this episode on 509 Divine Pines podcast. You guys will like, subscribe, share. I'll go ahead and thank you guys later. Yeah, I'm out of here. Peace. See you guys later. Bye. Love you.
Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, yeah, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay. Sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day I'll make a million in a week, yeah, shooting for the top spot. Feel like I'm a hot shot, like I really got a chance with it. I will not flop, somebody gonna make it dance when I pop off. Gonna have all the bitches taking all the tops off. I've been feeling like I'm really gonna kill it for the rest of my life, so I've been staying focused. In my soul, I've been feeling like $1 million, so I know that everything is really getting closer. Yeah, no posers, only been hanging with the ones I've chosen. Only all the people that are living in the right way, cause they spending every day growing. Yeah, no whole shit coming in my life and then leaving in a moment. That's the shit I'll never let into my life again, cause lately I've been feeling like I'm golden. Never showboat, I just showcase on my music that I made this far. Always knew that I could be the one that would get this far. Now I'm right here looking in my mirror, trying to figure out if there's any more fear, cause I'm getting rid of it all, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting rid of it all. Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the